The Prime Minister has announced a joint initiative with Microsoft, Twitter and the United States to better understand how algorithms and AI amplify violent extremism. The initiative was agreed at the UN, where more than 100 world leaders met for the first time since the pandemic. The United Nations gang is back together again and there is much to discuss. Top of the agenda for Jacinda Ardern, fighting online extremism. A mission started with the Christchurch call. She and the French president upping the pressure on social media giants.
All these players are more and more aware that the current system is no more sustainable, because the pressure will increase.
The newly announced algorithm partnership will delve into the secret language of algorithms and try to get around the minefield of privacy concerns.
I think it's very hard for governments to say that they're going to step in and regulate something that is so poorly understood.
It's clear that you can prevent this kind of terrorist behavior and what will guide people to terrorism through artificial intelligence.
The announcement ended with a wink and a nod, but on the main stage the message was more blunt.
Our world is in peril and paralyzed. Geopolitical divides are undermining the work of the Security Council, undermining international law. We cannot go on like this.
Underlining that real-world safety is perilous and the online world is also dangerous. Well, for more on this, let's bring in Fabio Morreale, a lecturer in human-computer interaction at Auckland University. Fabio, thanks very much for coming on with us tonight. Is this research going to be useful? Is it actually going to help in any tangible way?
Well, first of all, we still don't know the details of how this initiative is going to be implemented, but assuming that it will deliver, and I really hope that it will, it's a very important initiative. Platform researchers like myself will be able to open the black box of these fundamental algorithms that are at the basis of social media recommendations. So yeah, that would be amazing, because at this point is not possible. We don't really have the power to see what's under the hood of these algorithms. It's not even legal. You have to think that 5 years ago or so, Spotify even threatened legal actions against some university researchers that wanted to know more about how Spotify worked. So, kind of these legal actions, a little bit threatening. And so instead, this initiative would really allow us to understand how these algorithms work, how they drive this content discovery that is central for their functioning. And why does it matter? Well, why is it important? Because we'll know, for instance, why Facebook shows some specific post in my feed. And, at the election time can be particularly important for democracy.
So these companies guard this information very closely. I know Twitter and Microsoft have jumped on board this particular project, but it is missing Facebook and Google. Is there even much point doing this without real buy-in from those key players?
I think it depends on what the actual outcome of this initiative will be. So are the US and New Zealand governments going to extend or whatever regulations to other platforms? Well, if so, then sure, it makes sense. You don't have to have every single big tech, Amazon, sitting at this table. Why should they be sitting there? So it really also depends on how these tech giants are going to answer. So they might say, okay, we're not going to buy it. We're out. So good luck, you government, telling your electorate that you basically banned Facebook from your country. So it's a very unstable ground there.
Because just really quickly, a government's always going to be playing catch up with these big tech giants. Can they actually, contain them at all?
Well, contain them, maybe. But, that's up to policy makers to establish. But I think these companies are very good at reinventing themselves. But if we have regulations again in place for researchers to really be able to scrutinize their operations, then great. I mean, we have tools. Even if they change their algorithms, we're still going to be able to continue doing our job.
Okay, Fabio, thanks very much for your insights tonight.
Thank you.